comic book junkies, it's the Frog Queen here, and today I thought I'd start a new series of videos which will appear once a month right after KID Lobotomy comes out. This is going to be a regular video where I follow closely my current favorite series, KID Lobotomy. Even though I do get to read these copies in advance, I thought it would be more fun if I released the video a couple days after the issues are released, so that everyone gets a chance to give it a good reading. Then we can discuss the issue in the comments below. So, fair warning, this video contains spoilers. This issue begins with the condensed story of a fallen writer, Adam, me, who is down on his luck. He wrote one award-winning novel and then nothing else. He is suffering from writer's block, or as he says, suicide block. Naturally, he receives a key to the suites, the terrifying sanity trap managed by KID Lobotomy. He receives this key accidentally from artist Bridget Spooner, who is also destined for the hotel where she has been hired to cover the drab walls in mural. KID, however, has problems of his own. His shape-shifting assistant, whom he relies on greatly, suffers a near-fatal injury from one of the crazed people staying in the depths of the suites. It's the basement level that proves the most horrific, and I really enjoy this because it brings a little more horror into the story. As a sucker for horror, but I'm also a big-time scaredy cat, basements were always the home of my favorite supernatural stories. What's particularly intriguing to me about KID Lobotomy at this point is that I cannot tell what reality is, but apparently neither can any of the other characters, and this really makes me feel that I'm truly involved in the story. I'm made to feel definitely part of it, and involved in the story as more than just a passive reader, as, pardon the pun, but KID and I are on the same page here. We both don't know how to define reality in the suites. There is a big reveal in this issue which I think is most integral to the future of the story, and that is when KID's sister Rosebud is speaking with Big Daddy, and she says that she knows that Big Daddy is intentionally trying to hurt KID and keep him crazy or drive him more crazy. Although she doesn't appear to know his motives, she's deeply upset and concerned even though she herself wishes to drive KID from the suites and claim them as her own. And so I think, just like KID harbors sexual desires for his sister, I start to wonder if Rosebud doesn't also share that to some extent. Although her motives are completely different, and she has stronger footing in reality, though I cannot define what reality really is in this story. This is just how it appears. Her desire for her brother definitely puts her in the I'm going batshit crazy category. On a side note, Milligan has narrowed the insanity in the book to characters who are more artistically inclined. And I can't help but enjoy the implications of this action. As an artist, writer, and longtime musician myself, I definitely struggle with my inner and outer reality. I'm one of those people who can sink into a new reality quite easily, both willingly and unwittingly. So, while admitting this makes me somewhat of a nutter, I identify with these characters and their struggle, and this silent implication that all artists are actually very mad and likely their own worst enemy. By the end of the issue, KID fears his sister and assumes it's she who will lead to his ultimate demise, but I don't think Rosebud is actually the correct suspect. KID takes off, and we see him transformed into a giant roach, and Rosebud runs into the suites, on a horse no less, not 4 hours after he's left, to take over the hotel and banish the roaches. She does say this includes her brother, but there again, she mentions that it is the hotel driving him mad. So, is she doing all this in his best interest? What does she know about the hotel that no one else seems to fully grasp? And will she succumb to its influences just as everyone else has? But what are your thoughts on the issue? What do you think of my interpretation of it? Do you think I'm way off base? Do you think the book has more or less deeper meaning than what I've presented? I'd love to hear your side of how you perceive the story to be. Get at me in the comments below and we'll have a little discussion. Well, I think that does it for this issue. Can't wait to hear your thoughts on the issue. If you haven't already, please check out my video on issue number 1 of KID Lobotomy and my interview pre-release with Peter Milligan, where we discuss the series and his other works. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and share this video on Facebook and Twitter, as it really does help my channel grow. I don't want to turn into a dead shark. And until next time, read something good.